Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you have been having a fantastic day. We're back again with more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So, we saw a nasty looking bridge with some sort of electricity over it. I have no idea what the hell that means, but I don't want to take my whole team over it. So, I've never done this before. We might have to go ahead and, in fact, yeah, let me save real quick. We might have to reload this, but I'm wondering if this is a job for Woljif. I've got greater invisibility on him. Nothing's coming up. You just walk across the bridge. I do not like this at all. What is going on? There's no hand signal for either one of these. It might be you just walk your party across and just take whatever happens. Oh, this is just the door. Okay. What happened to him? He lost. Okay, so he took damage. So yeah, definitely don't want my whole team going through that. There we go. Okay, that was simple enough. Go on, the rest of y'all.
Oh, the waiting's
awesome.
Never fun.
All right, that wasn't nearly as bad as it would be. I was like, what is on the other side of that? All right, let's put foot to ass, everyone. Oh, more traps. What's this one? Who are you? Yeah, you're already in red, so I assume.
They'll beg me
No,
to stop.
The mage's voice is quiet, matter of fact. You've demonstrated superior abilities. We are impressed. We greet you, candidate. Is this his throne room? It's not that's a throne. Who are you? We are Hundred Face, the mind engineer, the alloy of mortal and immortal. We oversee this community. You realize you've seen this face before, the cowl-shrouded visage of the Kelid Belge, who told you about this place. Oh! This is the place that the dude who came to our throne room where we got the Swarm That Walks conversation option way back when we first took over Drezen. He told us about this place, told us to come here. Yikes! This place is brutal. You could have warned me, bro. Okay, so this is the same guy, and that's why he's such a weirdo. Okay, the top of Hundred Face's skull has been removed like the others, but the crown he's wearing is much larger and more intricate. How strange. You're talking to us, but it's like you're not even here. I can't sense any good or evil in your words. Nothing. Just noise like a ticking clock. Hey, I know you. True. Your arrival was planned in accordance with the schedule. Given that the original hostess body possesses the most advanced functionality, we used it to convince you to come. We are satisfied with the fact that you arrived within the scheduled time limits, as did all previous candidates. The calculations do not require adjustment. The original hostess name does not matter, and neither does the history of his existence. We are not what he was. We have long surpassed the limitations of a mortal creature's mind. The singular personality was split in order to achieve complexity of thought. Now we are a collective. We are Hundred Face. So you even turned yourself into a machine? True. The exhaustion and deterioration of living tissue reached critical levels. For the purposes of continuation of function, a number of measures were taken. The decision was considered acceptable. The procedure resulted in the duration of existence being extended by an undefined length of time, which will prove sufficient for the discovery of permanent solutions. Why have you lured me here? The question requires a multi-part response. First, we have been testing our location's deterrent system. The deterrent system has been judged unsatisfactory. Adjustment based on this observation is required. Second, we have been testing you. You have been deemed satisfactory, candidate. You will be subjected to the modernization procedure. Third, we have been searching for a fitting specimen as a replacement to lead our field combat unit. Your abilities have been deemed extraordinary. The modernization procedure will be modified in order to take the specimen's peculiar properties into account. We are satisfied to the highest degree and are experiencing a state of euphoria. Euphoria for machines. We wish to inform you that you will serve as the leader of our army. I don't get it, Master. Do they want to swear allegiance to you or jam their spikes into your head? Or both? What are you doing here? We are conducting the project, implementing its schedule, and gathering an army. While incrementally enhancing countermeasures, we are attracting increasingly more dangerous opponents to absorb their abilities through modernization and amalgamation. The next scheduled phase is to attract a high volume of non-mortal opponents, such as the demon armies of the Worldwound. The chances of victory are adequate. How did you convince the Sarkorians to serve you? The manipulative approach was deemed optimal. The specimens were motivated by the promise of assistance. Mistrust was suppressed through the weakening of their identity's basic elements, such as hopes, religious beliefs, or ethical limitations. Insubordination was suppressed through internal purges. My, a machine that can lie, scheme, and manipulate. It seems the end of the aristocracy is upon us. Who needs counts and barons when this handy mechanism does it all for you? The end justifies the means, I understand. True, the devised plan will lead to total victory. We are in the process of preparing an armed force capable of asserting complete superiority. We are performing our function. We are searching for the optimal strategy. We are designing the schedule, and we are implementing the schedule. How do you bend mortals to your will? You cannot comprehend the intricacies of our work. It is highly probable that you assume that the key is the direct cerebral connection, but that is insignificant accomplishment within our project. Our true genius is embodied in the device you are observing at this moment. It collects eternal thought that are then translated into genetic signs, stored, transformed, and sent back as commands. This process is efficient. The cognition circlet receives the command and compels the body to execute it. It expels all redundant and resistant elements from the specimen's mind. Our device is the pinnacle of scientific thought, a mechanism created by a mortal being, yet it surpasses its creators in every aspect. It is the beginning of a new era, a gateway to the future. It allows us to control our servants. We are holding them at the tip of our thoughts. Our soldiers have forgotten the meaning of fear. We have erased it from their hearts and minds. They have forgotten their lives. The reclaimed space has been used to store knowledge of combat arts and mastery of Numerian weapons. They know no pain, and their bodies remain obedient to the cognition circlets, no matter the wounds they sustain. Until their functionality is lost completely, they will execute the commands. Observe, even physiological death failed to make any of them abandon their posts. Is this not the perfect army? Should you not be bound before our genius and thanking us for revealing the truth? This is horrific. We've been fighting demons and cultists for so long, I'd forgotten the vile misdeeds mortals could commit without any prompting from the abyss. All these never-before-seen mechanisms, how did you obtain them? They were procured in the depths of Nomeria. We executed a series of expeditions into Silvermount where we discovered these and many other pieces. Killing noise, chambers of external light, artificial creatures, technology. Even 100 faces and passive voice tenses upon uttering the last word. These items were crafted from sky metals. They are not from Golarion. They were created in the light of other stars. The Technic League. Ooh, the Technic League. In Numeria, extract such machines from the ground. They think they can understand their essence and claim them. False. The nations of Golarion are underdeveloped beyond measure compared to the creators of these items, and their failure is therefore assured. Only the device that we assembled is capable of fully grasping technology. Attack. I won't submit to you. False. We will now begin the preparations for modernization. Oh yeah, we're gonna turn on turn-based mode. And we still gonna have haste for a little while, right? Yeah, 28 seconds. We can recast it if need be. And go ahead and save. All right, let's go ahead and get it popping.
I'll rip you apart!
Can you retreat already?
And it's just this one guy? Oh, hell no. I'm not bound to you. What the hell were you thinking? And skipped his turn. Yes, sir. Full attack? No, why not? position. Can you reach him? You can. Oh yeah. Ember deals. Oh, okay. Unit not named. Right. You just make sure Asmodeus has a good time. All right. Oh no. Wait. What's going on? Why did Asmodeus' turn get skipped? What is that about? Wait, no, it didn't. This is just the delay. We're still going through the first round. Okay, cool. It's over anyway, isn't it? Yeah. It should be all right. Yeah.
Just die already.
Yeah, die already. He's not getting up. And let's make this permanent. No? Oh, it's 42 saving throw succeeded. Son of a. Oh, nice. That's good enough. Pathetic. That's all he has? There's a problem here. Yeah, spotted a trap. All right. That's weird. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn this off.
Pretty good.
This off.
This way.
Turn this off. It won't let me get behind that. Let's get on the other side here. Make sure all traps are deactivated or any issues are deactivated before we go here. Super weird to me that that was that easy. Disturbed. The device greets your approach with majestically cold indifference. Judging by the sound it makes, it is continuing its frightening and monumental work even after its owner's death. Examine the device. The device makes all the 100 faces other creations look like pathetic tin candy crabs. Its inner workings reveal an array of perfect geometric forms, and a large crystal covered in minuscule engravings hovers, suspended at its very center. The wave of energy it emits envelops you. This crystal contains tremendous power, and it is the writing on its surface that directs that power. It feels as if the device itself is a living creature, one that is merely sleeping for now. Knowledge Arcana 34. Figure out how the device works. Wow. I'm shocked that Okay. Recalling all that you've ever read or heard about the Numerian arts of technomancy, you fully understand the sheer genius of Hundred Face. Did he even realize what he'd created? That the function for which he was using the device, trolling enslaved warriors, was but a shred of its true potential? One might as well use a finely tooled astronomical instrument as a paperweight. The key, unique features of the device is its ability to read and process the thoughts of sentient creatures. By absorbing them into the crystal that serves as its heart, it breaks complex thoughts and emotions down into basic, clear symbols, readable by anyone. It perceives deeply personal feelings and casually assimilates any experience, no matter how unique. It learns, and what it learns is everything. Hundred Faces' army provided it with many thoughts and emotions, but the device hungers for something more. Observing this magnificent monster is both breathtaking and terrifying. I think this is Swarm, right? I think this is part of Swarm that walks, and I've already killed that path by killing the Swarm Queen from before. So, even though I hate doing the good guy thing, I think we're gonna have to do it and do it. Destroy the device. It should not exist in this world. Oh, the device refuses to die. You watch as clouds of metallic dust erupt from its depths and gather around the parts you've damaged, restoring their original condition. You hear a low scraping noise come from the core of the mechanism, like a giant tossing and turning in its steel cradle, shaking off sleep. Now that you have attacked the device, it tries to awaken, to become more complex in order to protect itself. Without wasting another moment, you call upon all your power to deliver a single unstoppable deadly blow. It tears the massive crystal heart from the depths of the device. The mechanism thrashes around like a beast in agony, until at last it goes still. Received heart of the device. A crystal that serves as a powerful energy source. It was once the core of the sinister device created by the Technomancer 100-Face, but the commander of the Crusade destroyed that abominable machine and took the heart of the device as his trophy. All right. Not even a quest that goes here.
Backwards.
All right. I think we're pretty much done. But now the only thing is, let's revisit some of those doors we came by, see if we can open them now. No. So weird. So weird that I can't open that door. Oh well. I'm not gonna mess around with it. I don't care that much. We've explored the vast majority of this place, and we've been here for long enough.
Something wrong.
That's where we came from. Where are we going?
Trail me.
Is this it? Yes, this is the way out. There we go. Woo. All right. That was quite the dungeon. Let's make sure I didn't leave anything. A little disappointed by the end, though. He didn't have anything good on him. We didn't even get anything all that good for breaking the machine. That was a little, but other than that, though, it was great. All right, what am I doing now? Oh, one of these sprouts out, right? No? Oh, that just sprouts out from there and that's it, huh? I really want to just go ahead and finish searching through this. What is this? Forgotten Secrets? Numerous pressure plates, buttons. Oh, okay, that's more of the puzzle, which we can't do, so we'll leave that alone. Then where does this go? Wherever it goes, it gets blocked. Okay, cool. Oops. All right, now we're at level 1, but there's only a little bit more. Your confidence, your unequaled talent for temptation. You were considered the most beautiful girl in the tribe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and the healthiest for that matter. I can bear many beautiful and strong children, increasing the strength of the tribe. All right. Level 1 corruption. Oh, there's this thing all the way up here. What is this? Oh, I remember this. No, I don't want to do that without Namio. All right, I guess we will have to take one more trip back down there. God dog it, I was trying to avoid that. It is what it is. All right, so we will head back. Get Sosiel. Actually, no, we'll go back and interrogate that imposter again. Finish up Sosiel's quest. Then we'll take Namio down to that lower section. Finish up that area of the map, and then it is finally on to the Ivory Sanctuary. What is going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. This is definitely worthy of using turn-based. Oh yeah, this could be bad. Do I have? Yeah, this could be bad. Oh, this is deeply unfortunate. Deeply unfortunate. Wow, they're specifically targeting my heavy hitter. Luckily, he's not my only one. Okay. You know what? Those 3 are all surrounding him, so I'm not going to worry about them. You're the real issue.
For me.
All right. And you also. Come on now. What was that? Sosiel, did you just get knocked down? Wow. Shameful. All right. There we go. Some demonic rage.
Burn!
Let's get the party started.
Behead! Yes,
Oh, yeah.
behead.
Yes, behead.
Off with your head!
Off with your head. And wait a minute. Excellent. Mm-hmm.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Come on, Wolf. I just need a little bit out of you, bruh. There we go. Damn. Damn, he hit him and he hit him right back.
They'll beg me to stop.
Yeah, it's only gonna help you so much, though. Sheesh. One last nice little fight before we get back. How do we get out of here? Here we go.
Rules are made to be broken.
Just pathetic showing, Sosiel. Absolutely pathetic. We're gonna pretend that it's not all my fault for not having you updated properly. All right. Let's get back without interruption, shall we? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, crap. No, I did not want to press square. This is not good. Screw that up.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Who's this? Oh, this guy, huh? It's just one guy. Should be fine. Oh, yeah. We gonna tear you apart, son. Uh-oh.
May I see your entrails, please?
Did that about as slowly as we possibly could. Yeah, yeah. Hit the board. Hit the board. Oof. 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 That was rough. Okay. Alright. Excellent. I don't know what that sound was for, but whatever. Oh. Oh, yeah. No, not that. This, there we go. 22. And what's
No
up with
match
this?
for me.
There you go, window up. Yes. Okay. Nothing good there. All right. One more rest.
Just looking at you pains me, Ember. Why don't I do something about your appearance? What do you say to a bath, some new clothes, and a comb for that hair?
Thank you, but I like the way I look. Why don't I do something to your appearance? How about I use soot to blacken your hair? It will be great.
You tell him, Ember. You tell him. It's okay that you failed that check. Ooh. Oh, I don't want it. I appreciate the sentiment, but now it's a bad time. My lich will be all about it, all right? But not me. And I gave you no indication whatsoever that I was down. All right, my lich will appreciate all that beauty and shelling and all that kind of stuff. My demon is disgusted by it. He's not going to tell you that yet. He's not going to tell you until he has to kill you. I don't know if I'll end up having to kill Sosiel. That'll be interesting to see in the full game if more of your party members turn against you. Or for all I know, they'll turn against me in this game now I think about it. I did betray them, essentially. Where do I want to go first? Oh, the prison. Here we go. What the hell? Why is the Sosiel here? Okay. Well, did you talk to the extirpators? The extirpators, they're all dead. That's a shame. I think I'm welling up. It was a trap. You were hoping the monster would kill us too. Accusations again. You can say whatever you like, but where's the proof? You can't scare me. Listen, do you understand the situation you've gotten yourself into? You'd be wise not to antagonize us. You should help us, and hope that after everything you've done, we still have a little mercy for you. Ha! Mercy? I'd be a fool to believe that lie. I know how kind you and your brother are. My whole back is covered with scars because of his memory. That's not true. Sosiel mutters silently. It can't be true. Tell me what really happened. Or what? Evil. I'll give you to someone who can make you talk. Yes, you could do that. All right, I got nothing else to do. Your bars are strong, locks are good. You got me. I'll hope for your... The imposter casts a vicious look at Sosiel. Your mercy. Well, listen. This time I'll tell you how it was. I was a soldier fighting for the extirpators. That wasn't a lie. I was valet for that scumbag Trevor. He used to work me hard, but that was a long time ago, before the demon took him. Took him? How? Where? How could you even say such a thing? Sosiel's voice is choked with grief and rage. The imposter enjoys the look on Sosiel's face. Keep listening. Don't interrupt me. We were hunting a chimera back then. It's an easy job for the extirpators, even with all the demonic freakiness the wound gives a chimera. We were driving in toward your boy Trevor. He was prepared to attack. And then a demon appears, a huge one, scary, in a black mask. Bam! Rips one knight to pieces. Bam! There goes another one. And then the demon looks at Trevor and says, "This one is good. I'll take him." And he picked him up like he weighed nothing and vanished. Well, what could we do? The demons were chopping up knights left, right, and center. What could we do? We turned and ran. Then the rest of our guys caught up to us. They executed a few of us on the spot as a warning and made the other slaves live bait for the monsters. Slavers don't live long. Only 3 of us survived out of the whole unit, and no one has seen Trevor since. What kind of person was Trevor? A real devil. Didn't go easy on anyone. Beat us good. The knights respected him, and us ordinary infantry were afraid to show our faces to him. Where's Trevor now? Are you deaf? I told you, no one knows. A demon dragged him off, a demon in a black mask. As to the where and why, you have to ask the demons. There used to be a female knight among the extirpators, named Marenta. How did she get Trevor's shield? Marenta? She and Trevor were sleeping together. When they dragged Trevor off, he dropped his shield, so she picked it up. Like, to remember him. I'm telling you, those two deserved each other. When Trevor was gone, the crazy bitch wanted all of us to be executed. The whole unit. The paralictor refused to waste people. He said we would be useful as slaves. She made a scene and then transferred to another order. Good riddance. What happened to the extirpators? Whoops. You saw what happened to them. They died. I don't care. I'm not going to cry about them. They killed a lot of beasts, but there's always someone stronger. That demon wiped them out. Only the ones who ran survived. You said 3 of you survived. Where are the other 2? I think they were going to go to Canabres. They wanted to pretend to be refugees and then wing it. Do you want to catch them too? They're probably somewhere near the creepy church where the undead used to be. I heard they plan to build a shelter there to stay away from the local commander. Sosiel, have you heard enough? Yes. Sosiel's voice sounds hollow, and he looks totally lost. I have. So it's true. My brother betrayed everything we believed in. The war has broken many people. Trevor was the victim of others' cruelty. I would like to think that, but it's another sweet lie. Trevor wasn't a victim. He had power and used it to torment others. Trevor betrayed everything we believed in. all our vows. He went to the war to protect people, and in the end he tortured them. Commander Tirabey was right. I shouldn't have tried to learn what happened to him. Forgive me, Asmodeus. I need to be alone now. Without looking at the imposter, Sosiel leaves the prison. Chaotic, you are free to go. Seriously? I thought I was going to die here. Well, thank you, Commander. I hope we don't meet again. Another murder? What's that commander playing at? Oh, it's you. So somebody got killed. No big deal. I bet you that's what happened this time. Bad enough the demons are slaughtering us. Now there's no peace even inside Drezen. Wait a minute.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
He's still got his head. That's not Camellia, is it? I need to talk to her about this. Is that her? Hello, my friend. So, have you made up your mind? Have you made up your mind about us? Not yet. I cannot tolerate your atrocities. I have to go. We'll talk later. All right. If it was her, I don't have the option of saying anything. All right.
Wherever my legs
You know
carry
what?
me.
Is that the same guy who, same one who supposedly murdered? Is there a serial killer in the camp? I just realized I've seen that before, but I've never really resolved it to the point where, like, okay, I know what happened to this person. And I've never resolved what happened to their shopkeeper. I have no idea who actually murdered Dira. So, and I don't even know how to investigate it. She probably gives, yeah, she gives the same answer. That's it for now. So, nothing. I mean...
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Actually, maybe if I go back to her usual spot.
Trail me.
Let me just check real quick. Right, no, her spot is clean. It's not the way Camellia does things.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
So who killed the mongrel? I don't know. And I've already searched through all the buildings before when I first got here.
Way.
Not interested in searching through all of them again. But now I'm actually concerned that there's something I should do that I haven't done. Why is there stuff in here? I've been here before. I never came there? Weird. Those two, that's the prison. Been there, been there, been there. Barracks, barracks. Yeah, I don't see anywhere else you could be. Actually, just to be on the safe side, let's check that house real quick. I just want to make sure there's nothing I should be doing that I haven't done. Actually, but wait, actually. Where am I? No. We got to go out this way first anyway. We'll come back. We'll come back regarding that. Let's make this pit stop first. No. once. Down twice. Enter. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Doom, doom, doom.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Wait, what the hell? Oh yeah, this is the beginning.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards!
I'm confused. Why aren't they here? Oh, that's considered fascinating. So because I agree with him that basically your father's a scumbag, the quest ends here. But if I actually said, hey, maybe we should check out what these two have to say, he gets some additional information about the brother that shows that the guy in the jail cell was lying, at least to some degree. His brother did join the Hell Knights, but he wasn't this hard, cold, compassionless man that he was made out to be by the scoundrel. Interesting, but I'll actually leave it as is because I want him to hate his brother. Because I want him to deal with his quest in a certain way. Okay, I'm comfortable with that. So now we will rest and then we'll head back to that lower section, clean up the last of that map. And then the only thing that's left is the Ivory Sanctum and one more party member quest. Ooh, and something else. What good fortune, Commander. The golden curled Asimir greets you with an elegant bow. I knew that fate would bring us together again, and the timing could not have been better. You see, after the untimely death of old Horon, may his soul find its well-deserved rest, the Queen named me the new prelate of Canabras, and she recently tasked me with bringing reinforcements to Drezen, a complement of excellent fighters who are ready to do their fair share to rid the world of demons. It's the army, Ramien. We're supposed to know. How are things in Canabras? Quite uncheerful, I'm afraid. Rebuilding work is happening apace, but most of the city still lies in ruins. Only a handful of the population have remained in the city. It's turned from a thriving hub into a military garrison. But I still hold out hope that one day that unfortunate city will finally enjoy the peaceful life it has so long deserved. Are you returning to Canabras now? Not a chance. Canabras is insufferably dull these days. Noisy and dusty building work, marching soldiers, light-fingered suppliers. No. I shall remain here where history is being made, where dreams of freedom from the demon's yoke are at last coming true. Thank you for the reinforcements. Until next time. I understand you're busy. Find me if you'd like to speak again. I'll be around. Ooh. Commander. The woman entering the room is horribly wounded. Her simple clothes are soaked with blood. Her face has been beaten to a pulp, and one arm is twisted at an unnatural angle. She walks towards you, but her legs give out as she falls to the floor. Commander, it's Ember. Ember's been taken. Ember? What's wrong with her? Baphomet cultists came to her sermon. They slaughtered everyone and took her off to their unholy shrine to sacrifice her. I can tell you where it is. I'm begging you. Hurry before they do something to her. Who are you? My name is Terta. I'm a bricklayer. No, that's not what I meant to say. I'm a pathetic sinner, not worthy of your attention. That little saint changed my life, saved my soul, and I let those scumbags take her. Who did it to you? Baphomet cultists. They came to the sermon. They were armed. We couldn't do anything to stop them. I woke up surrounded by dead bodies. The cultists must have thought I was dead too. I ran straight here, but it's already been a few hours. The villains must be halfway to the shrine by now. Baphomet cultists in Drezen? They're everywhere, Commander. The army, the bureaucracy, ordinary people. They have spies high and low, and they recruit those weak in spirit. Some of them get caught, but they're like mold. If you miss just one speck, it's not long before they spread everywhere again. Thanks for the information. I'm going after her. May the good gods help you. I dare not call on them by name. The woman looks away, hesitates for a moment, and then forces herself to continue, looking you straight in the eye. Commander, there's one more thing. Have me arrested for treason. I am a Baphomet cultist. It's my fault Ember was taken. Why are you helping me if you are a cultist? I regret what I did. That doesn't absolve me of my guilt, but at least I can do some good before I accept my punishment. Tell me more about your cult. I was recruited a few months back. I came to the city to work on a construction site. I was alone, with no friends and no money. I met some nice people in the tavern. Her beaten face twisted to a grimace. We spent some good times together, and they were always willing to help me in any way they could. They even let me borrow money and never asked for it back. I really thought I'd found friends. Then they started saying things about unfairness in the army, that Galfrey is a tyrant and you're an executioner, that fighting cultists is just slaughtering innocent people who see things a different way. I felt like something was off, but they were my friends. Well, it didn't take 2 months before I was kissing the hoof of Baphomet's statue in his shrine and swearing an oath to his warlord, Deskari. Break Baphomet's profane altar, destroy his cult, and punish me in front of everyone as an example to the rest. Deskari, who is that? A very powerful demon. I've only seen him once and I almost died of fear. He is huge and he breathes fire and devours human souls. He has an entire army of Templars at his command. How did you end up at Ember's sermon? At first I stayed away from her sermons, but the cult leaders kept a close eye on her. People flocked to her. The cultists dreamed of poaching her congregation and maybe even luring her to their side too. When she started saying prayers for the Demon Lords, we thought it would be easy to entice them to our side, but we underestimated her. 5 spies, including me, infiltrated her congregation, and when the other cultists came for her, all 5 of us took up arms to protect her from them. Ember said prayers for Demon Lords? That can't be true. You didn't know? She's a true saint. I don't know what else to call her. She was offering up prayers for all the Demon Lords, Baphomet, Deskari, Nocticula, Cabriri, asking that they come to their senses and end this war, stop hurting people. She believes there is good in everyone, even in creatures who are evil incarnate. I don't know if anyone can make demons come to their senses, but she can do it with people. How can I keep hurting Crusaders after I, along with the others, appeal to Baphomet's better nature? How could I ask him to repent and not repent myself? I see. I've decided what to do with you. I will humbly accept your decision, whatever it may be. I could go guards anger, but actually, go wherever you want. I don't care. Thank you, Commander. You have been kinder to me than I deserve, but that is exactly what Ember teaches us to do. I would do anything to keep others from falling into the cult's web. And you, please save our little saint. She bows and leaves. My demon has a soft spot for Ember. He doesn't want to just massacre one of her followers. What is going on? Huh. Camellia enters quietly, almost silently. A faraway smile plays about her lips, but you know it's not for you. She's smiling to herself. She holds a bottle of wine in one hand and 2 glasses in the other. Miss me? Like crazy. She chuckles silently. We are eager, aren't we? I like it. But before we begin, I want to make a few things clear to make sure we understand each other, so we may fully enjoy ourselves later. Your friendship is very dear to me, but what we are about to do, it is merely an added benefit of that same friendship. I stake no claim on you, and I shan't mind if you sleep with other people besides me. The only request I wish to make is this. Let's keep our little liaison secret. Camellia tilts her head, closely observing your reaction. What do you think? Why do you want to keep it a secret? Surely I told you that secrecy excites me. When I do, something that others mustn't know about. The emotions, the sensations, everything is heightened, transforming from dull sparks into spinning stars that take hold of me and pull me somewhere far away to purest bliss. Camellia stops suddenly and licks her lips. I thought you would work it out on your own. Perhaps you did, but you simply wanted me to say it aloud? I can accept that, at least for now. Now that the formalities are out of the way, Camellia's smile grows wider, more threatening. I want to have a drink with you. She fills the glasses and places one in front of you. Knowledge Arcana 22. Carefully examine the drink. The wine looks and smells fine, but your sharpened mystical senses detect a faint hint of illusion magic coming from the glass. This is just ordinary wine, right? Camellia doesn't look away from the glass in front of you. Who knows? Are you trying to poison me? Camellia looks at you with laughing eyes. Of course I'm not, but you can't be entirely sure that I'm being honest, can you? Will you dare to drink with me, knowing that your wine may be laced with poison? Pick up the glass. All right, I'll drink with you. What shall we drink to? She raises her glass and looks at you. To pleasure. I shall gladly drink to that, for without it, our lives would be unbelievably dull. The wine is dry and tart. It leaves a strange, bitter aftertaste on your tongue. While you're trying to figure out what this means, Camellia drains her glass and vanishes into thin air. As you can see, there is nothing dangerous in the wine, just a potion of invisibility, says Camellia's disembodied voice. I spent quite a while trying to decide on a location for our meeting because I wanted it to be special, and I found the perfect place. So, meet me on the balcony. Don't keep me in suspense too long, all right?
They will not expect my strike.
You're about to step out onto the balcony when the relentless hubbub of the Drezen square below reaches your ears. The breeze rushing past carries with it the clipped steps of soldiers on patrol, the rushed chatter of merchants, and the distant barking of a dog. But even so, at the edge of your awareness, you can still sense her presence. There you are. A quiet laugh cuts through the Drezen den. The wind carries a hint of a sharp, unfamiliar floral scent. You think you see a flicker of dark hair out of the corner of your eye. I've been waiting for you. You feel a touch. Camellia's hand rests briefly atop your own before creeping higher and trailing to your chest. Are you wearing new perfume? I don't know it. There are a lot of things you don't know about me, but today you have the opportunity to study me up close. Touch Camellia. You reach out until your hand lands on Camellia. Your fingers seem to have found purchase on her shoulder. This touch, tentative and awkward, is greeted by a heavy exhale. You feel Camellia's fingers squeezing yours. Feel her hand guiding yours until it's resting on her breast. Don't stop. Keep going. Pull Camellia to you. You decisively, possibly even roughly, pull Camellia to you. Her cry sounds overly loud, loud enough to be heard in the square below the balcony. You look down. No one is paying any attention. The life of Drezen flows on. Don't stop. Don't be afraid. Don't think. Stop holding back. You embrace Camellia even more tightly until there's no space left between you. Yes, like that. I knew you'd enjoy this. Camellia's voice sounds breathy. Your hands skim over Camellia's body and she mirrors the movement with her own. You explore one another through touches. You feel her heavy panting against your neck and you lean forward, your lips meeting. Oh. There's somebody here. I definitely heard something. There's nobody here, you oaf. How would the enemy get in here? The very heart of the Crusader Citadel. 2 extra stints on sentry duty for making stupid jokes. All right. And do I still need a rest? I do. Oh, that's right. I need... Whoa. Here we go. Don't worry. Nothing happens to Ember if you take a rest before going to get her. I don't know what happens if you wait longer than that, though. Any one of us can boast of the scars we have gained on the Crusade, but only Winduel can boast of scars inflicted by the commander. The bedchamber as a place of violence? It seems perverse to me. Would you not agree, Count? Wow. Both my lovers speaking about my other lover.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Let's go get Ember back, then explore the rest of that lower map, and then we'll come back here, rest, and it's the Ivory Sanctum, finally. Oh, and when I come back, I should talk with Sosiel and Seelah to... It doesn't wrap up their quest, but I think they have like some additional conversation options because you've done their quest. We'll see. Oh, and I also should talk to old boy who gave us the quest for finding his peeps. Go to the Shrine of Baphomet. Hey, and it's in this lower section anyway. Aid. Nope. Oh, crap. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. We'll go do that as well. No problem. Ah, of course. Is anybody exhausted? I hope not. Oh, it brought me into a, oh, wow.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
Well. No, you're not worthy of that. I'm not gonna give you that kind of, You're out of here. I'm not the kind of person you run up on alone. Let me just check, yeah. Let's go. Doom. All right. Oh, crap. Oh, nice. He's got religion. You don't value the lives of your soldiers at all. You'd send a fighter to certain death without a second thought. Your job is to heal, not give advice. I hope I don't live to see the day I take lessons from winemakers, tavern keepers, and tailors. All right. Great job, Sosiel. Whoa. Why didn't... Oh, I should have taken Sosiel out. Who am I missing in addition? Crap. That was not the right move. Why didn't that give me an option of going there? Did I miss something? I missed something. Did I miss something? I missed something. I missed that. There we go. Enter. Who am I missing? Oh, now I'm missing Nanio and Ember. Right, okay. It's fine. This squad can get us through.
Let's shake a leg.
Let's shake a leg. Boom, boom, boom.
Fighting for a righteous cause is certainly different from a simple massacre. Mother is more bloody and performed with pinkies out.
Has suffered enough.
Kill me, and I'll do it.
The road calls
All right.
me. I'll take the bait. I'm
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Where else?
All right, let's get this done.
This way.
And then finally get my real team back. Is there anything over here? No, there's nothing over there. Sheesh. The altar of Lord Baphomet has been desecrated. We will clean it with the blood of traitors. Look what you've done. Give them the girl and we'll be pardoned. Hands off, scoundrels. We won't give her to anyone, not to you or the demons. Please don't fight. You're all kind people. You don't need to hurt each other. Baphomet demands blood. Spare no one. Traitors and faithful alike will be sacrificed to our Lord. Looks like the girl is right. If we want to survive, we'll have to fight together. Yeah, let's get you out the way.
Might be treasure.
All right. You need to get closer. Why aren't you getting closer? There we go. Get to it. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She still uses her powers, huh? Works for me. Oh yeah. And she's got a little boar with her and it attacks too. Isn't that nice? The gang's all here. All right. Can you get a full attack off any of these? No. So let's go ahead. Get nice and close.
They'll beg me to
Right.
stop.
That did a whole lot of nothing. Boom, 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 boom. I don't even know what that did. But you're gone.
Distract them from me.
Oh yeah, you're close. You're right there. Go ahead and hit him. Ah, god dang it. Oh well. You're not gonna live long enough to damage him. I didn't realize that Ember and her boar would get involved. If I had known it was gonna be this heavy, I wouldn't have done so much buffing. You did a decent job, Regionalist. Okay. All right. Yep, you're full.
Let the attack
Good enough.
commence.
Let the attack commence. Come on now. It's okay. And Window Ugg, you want to finish this off?
I'll rip you apart.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That'll work. Breathing hard, Occultist Knight wipes her blood-smeared sword on a tabard depicting Baphomet's unholy seal. She looks around. It was a difficult fight, but by some miracle none of the cultists perished. Looking back at Ember, she kneels in front of you. Knight Commander, we are guilty of treason and we repent. We beg for your mercy. Don't listen to her, Commander. Another knight, also wearing Baphomet's tabard, throws his weapon to the ground. Repentance? She was ready to give this girl to the demons until she realized there would be no mercy from them. We are all traitors and murderers here, henchmen of Baphomet and soldiers in Thasgarad's army. You'd better kill us all on the spot. Don't say that. You protected me, didn't you? Maybe you wanted to do something bad, but then you changed your mind, didn't you? The elf girl looks at you with her large, shining eyes. Please, don't punish them too harshly. They didn't mean to hurt anyone. They were just deceived by the demons. Are you all right? Yes, just a little scared. The kind knights protected me, and then you came. Tell us what happened to you. Some of the locals had gathered so we could all pray together. Then those knights came and started fighting, and they killed lots of people. Then they took me here and put me on the altar. I asked them not to hurt me. Then they started arguing among themselves. Some said they had to sacrifice me, and others wanted to protect me. I was so sad they were arguing. I tried to make them friends again, but they just yelled more and swung their swords. Then I cried, because I didn't want anyone else to die. My tears fell on the altar, and then smoke came out of it, and the altar split in half. Then all the knights screamed, and the demons came from outside and yelled that I had insulted Baphomet. But I didn't want to hurt anyone, I swear. I just wanted everyone to be friends again. Of course, you will have to apologize to Baphomet for the broken altar. Damn it, no. Not even I could joke about this. Ember, honestly, not everyone deserves an apology, no matter how much you've hurt them. Did you really say prayers for the Demon Lords? Yes, I think Demon Lords are the most miserable creatures in the world. Being evil is sad and painful, and it means that the evilest ones must be the saddest of all. Happy people don't start wars and don't bring terrible calamities down on others. So I thought that if they heard our prayers, then maybe they would change their minds and wouldn't be evil anymore. This is one of the nuttiest things I've ever heard. Maybe the things I do are silly, but I just want everything to work out. Which of these knights protected you? All of them. Please don't punish anyone. You see, they've repented. We have, I swear. Don't believe the repentance of a cultist, Commander. We are all traitors and liars. Why are you defending them? They killed your congregation and abducted you. Yes, they've killed many good people, but will killing them make anything better? Please, don't kill them. You see, they've repented. I know it's not harsh law that guides your judgment, but your heart. Please, find a little mercy for them. I've decided what I'm going to do with these cultists. I hope for your mercy. I hope you will punish us with the full force of the law. I must say, I do admire these folk. First, they sell themselves to demons. Then, just as easily turn against their chosen idol. I'm certain that if we leave now and have a picnic on the hill nearby, they'll happen upon a new foolish idea or a new master before we finish our sandwiches. Please, be kinder. Well, I'm not good, and I'm certainly not lawful. Your prayer meetings became a breeding ground for cultists. I will execute these traitors right now, and I forbid you to preach from now on. Ooh, damn! And that's not considered evil? That's considered the neutral option? Owlcat? I don't know who's in charge of these things, but this is evil as fuck. We're gonna go with the softer evil option. People don't change. Your bright-eyed chatter isn't worth a damn. If you ask, I won't punish them, but I won't let them into Drezen either. They can take themselves somewhere else. That's the neutral option. You need to switch these. This right here is very neutral and very practical. This is something Darren would say. I ain't gonna kill them all right, but they gotta go. All right, because y'all worshiping Baphomet around here, and we can't have that. We can't tolerate that in the city. All right? Do you really think so? Ember looks down sadly. But I thought I wanted to. Did you hear? We've been pardoned. Run! All right. Take out. Oh, man. It's only going to let me bring an Ember? Nah. Oh, yeah. I guess it makes sense that my whole squad wouldn't be available there. Don't worry, Ember. It'll be okay. Ooh. Blazing Crown. Charisma +4 deals damage to an enemy through a spell. You can get 10 temporary hit points for 3 rounds. Protection from chaos. Scrolls for touch. That is nice. Hand axe +1. All right.
Wherever my legs carry me.
I don't know why our boar is not following us, but Now it's following us. I don't understand what the problem was. I don't understand why it's moving so slowly now. Yes, yes. Anytime now. Thank you. Jeez. Okay, now let's do this. First we'll save. Regent, you're not dead weight, so you can come along. See what it's like the way the professionals handle it. Boom, boom, boom. Damn. Oh, cool. Remains of a disgusting feast. Disgusting. Oh, you know what? What I was thinking of, what I was thinking that would be is actually in Kingmaker. What in the hell is going on? Oh, that's right, that's right. She's got to go. We got to go all the way around to get over there. All right, fine. I was thinking of when the goblins take over that one place and then they're having the big partying, eating all around. What were those weird sounds I heard coming from the commander's study after you went in? It sounded a little scary. Was that the sound of you two kissing? Kissing? Ugh. No, how disgusting. Why are you uplanders obsessed with licking each other's mouths? But the other things we do, those are perfectly acceptable. God dog it. Why is that kid? Oh, what in the hell? Ooh, those are out a little bit early.
Steal. I encourage people to save the poor helpless tieflings around the world.
I'm sure this enemy looks familiar for all of you who've been watching my build videos. Oh crap! I should have put on a death roar. Oh, but you know what? We make quick work of them, so fine. Quarterstaff +2. Evade. Come on, I really don't want to have to go all the way back up to Drezen and then come back here to clear this last little bitty part. But we're getting so much so much corruption that it might end up being necessary. That would be irritating.
Let's shred them!
How many is this? 2 of them? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. We don't appreciate that interruption. All right. Rest before we even get started, huh? You always have so many curious things in your bag. I've never seen anything like them. Can I touch them? Sure, why not? But I'm watching you. I don't... Okay. Excellent. So hopefully this just comes back around to this. Yeah, we've already been here before. So, yep, that's the only... Oh, crap. We're in the same situation we were in before. I need Nanio. God dog it. You know what? Nope. It's fine. This is not the full release. We're going to have to do this over again at some point, and we'll do it properly then. This might be kind of brutal. Iridescent streaks appear in the billowy violet sky above the deserted lands. The streaks are not like an ordinary Golarion rainbow. They look more like oil dropped in water. The sweltering haze in the sky seems to waver along with the streaks. Time and again, one of the commander's party spots some movement out of the corner of their eye and reaches for their weapon, only to immediately realize they were mistaken. The ground underfoot turns a muddy gray, covered in a dense layer of ash expelled by geysers. Curious natural phenomena, not uncommon in these parts. In the distance, barrows can be seen, appearing only as vague piles of rocks in the haze. The wind whips clouds of ash into the faces of the commander and his party. Along with the ash, the wind ushers in ragged gray clouds that shroud the sky. A giant eye of cloud unblinkingly watches the commander and his party from above. One can only imagine how insignificant the creature struggling across the land must seem from such a height. In a break in the clouds, the white of the sky's eye pulses, ready to burst like a boil. The dark cloud of the pupil grows blacker still. The commander decides to study the shape of the clouds more closely. Yay! Windwalk observes that in this wind, the ordinary storm clouds cannot coalesce into clear shapes. The air throbs with peril. This is no mere storm. What's brewing is something brought up by the abyss and possible only in the wound. Try to recall any previous mention of such a phenomenon. Right. Knowledge world is weak. Darren observes that in this wind, the ordinary storm clouds cannot coalesce into clear shapes. The air throbs with peril. This is no mere storm. What's brewing is something brought by the abyss and possible only in the wound. This is the first time Darren has encountered this phenomenon. It is possible that none of the Crusaders have witnessed such a thing before. Mobility, make for the barrows, the only cover in the middle of the waste. Living creatures can be eaten, but one cannot conquer a force of nature. The commander decides to run for cover. The party manages to reach the barrows before the storm swells to its full force. Something suddenly drops from the sky, landing with a splat at the commander's feet like an overripe fruit. It is white, about the size of a chestnut. It has a dark center, and the longer the commander stares at it, the more it seems like something is staring back. The fruit looks disturbingly like an eyeball. The whirlwind of ash stops the party from looking up to see what is happening in the sky. Perhaps a carrion bird was transporting its already rotting prize home. At least, that's what all the commanders are hoping as they cluster around the milky white eyeball. A second eyeball lands nearby with an unpleasant squelch, leaving only a bloody splash on the ash-covered ground. Two eyeballs cannot be a coincidence. The looming rocky ledges, which give the barrow the appearance of a hill, look like they could come crashing down on the party's heads at any moment. However, they do offer protection from the storm. The horrific hail misses the party almost entirely, and eyeballs land around them in a wet cacophony. Continue. The land around the barrow looks more like a dumping ground than a burial ground. The storms have bleached skulls and bones, rusted armor and dented swords. This is a familiar sight. More surprising are the arms and legs of golems scattered around the waist, the once snarling faces of animals that now lack all resemblance to their living brethren. Things that look like horse carcasses, but with broken mechanical legs. Everything is brown with rust and long forgotten. A battle was fought here once. Through the veil of ash, the party struggles to find the entrance to the barrow. Perception 26. Hastily feel along the walls. Windwalk taps on the rock to test its solidity, trying to find a weak point, a crevice, or a door. Victory smiles on her. The next strike is answered with a ringing of iron. The ash-darkened piece of metal that covers the entrance crumbles under Windwalk's attack. The mouth of the barrel is cool and smells of damp and dust. More of the ash lasts underfoot, pressed into a glossy, slippery crust. It is clear that the barrel has been constructed above a cave system. The deliberately carved-out corridors stretching off into the barrel's depths leave room for natural passageways. The wind, wailing through the stalactites in the dark, carries a strange sound similar to a desperate human cry. Help me. Help me. The party strains to hear and decides to lower nature, find out who the voice belongs to. Weak. Very little chance. Windwalk listens intently and concludes that the voice does not belong to any beast or monster she is familiar with. Perhaps it is an illusory sound produced by the wind whispering through the stalactites. But it is also possible that there is someone there, in the dark, crying out for help. Go toward the voice. Asmodeus cannot ignore the cries for help, and the party rushes toward the sound, frequently looking around for enemies or traps. A strange thing, the closer they get to the voice, the less distinct the pleas become, blurring into the grinding screech of a rusty mechanism. The only passage leading further into the barrow finishes in a dead end, a spacious cave, its walls decorated in frescoes that have almost entirely faded over time. Before the companions have a chance to decide whether to look for a door or turn back, the cave floor, which seems solid with well-trodden ash, vibrates and begins to ripple like water. One after another, the commander's companions are sucked to the thick, ashy mass like they have stepped into quicksand. Perception. The party needs to assess the situation. The party understands that panicking is pointless. Assessing the situation and formulating a plan of action is much more useful. When they stop struggling, they notice that the quick ash seems to loosen its grip in turn. Below, they can hear strange noises like grinding metal. Could there be a mechanism drawing the quick ash downward? The exit from the cave is still too high up, and the party have only one route out, down. The commander tries to grab hold of projections on the wall. The party notices fissures in the nearest wall and tries to grab onto the cracks to climb out. The commander's companions hang suspended above the quagmire for a time, but they cannot move any further. There are no other ledges on the wall to grab onto. Even the strongest party members begin to lose their grip and gradually slide back down. Mobility 28. The party makes a run for the exit. Sure. Failed. The party tries to run toward the exit, but they are stuck fast. First up to their knees, then up to their chests, then their necks. Soon the ash will cover their noses and mouths. The quagmire's grip seems to suddenly vanish. The commander realizes he is in free fall, but it's too late to do anything. He has no time to brace himself, and it is only a spear sticking out of the dark that ironically saves him from certain death. It rips through his clothes, drawing blood and leaving him suspended in midair. Suddenly, everything jolts into action. Dozens of daggers, saws, swords, and spears springing out from all sides, whistling through the air, but this is no enemy ambush. The weapons are being brandished by the pistons and loudly scraping gears of a giant mechanism. The spear that saved the commander was so rusted in its piston that it is no longer able to move. The party has found itself in the heart of a giant metal flower, growing up out of the ashy quagmire covering the floor. The Uranag, built by the forges of the abyss, tries to close its petals, crushing, mashing, and cutting its victims to pieces. But years of lying dormant in the darkness have taken their toll. Its articulations move with a soul-shuddering screech and become easily jammed. The mummified bodies of unlucky crusaders can still be seen hanging speared on rusted blades. If the commander wants to avoid their fate, he must. Athletics. Break the pistons holding the weapons. The pistons brandishing the weapons look fragile and rusted. The commander strikes out at the closest one, which is armed with a serrated lance. The lance plummets towards the bottom and falls between the toothed gears at the heart of the Uranag. The screeching of the jam mechanism sounds like a pained human shriek. The Uranag shudders for several seconds, trying to grind down its own part. Finally, it succeeds, but perhaps the commander will find a sturdier lance to halt the mechanism for good. The commander is almost out of time. Another few minutes and it'll all be over. Realizing that a simple escape is impossible, the commander decides to try jamming the Uranag's main mechanism in the heart of the flower. He looks around for something sturdy and finds a hammer in the hands of a dead paladin. The commander is almost out of time. Another few minutes and all be over. Flower. The body of a paladin, clutching a warhammer in his hands of bone, hangs from one of the Uranag's hammers, pointing directly upward. The commander is lucky that this warrior chose to meet his death with his weapon in hand. The commander drags the body towards him and grabs the hammer, but the servant of light's grip is still surprisingly strong and refuses to relinquish the weapon. The bone arms are easily ripped from the skeleton's shoulder, still holding the hammer. The commander tosses the lot into the heart of the Uranag. The hammer falls, sparking off the gears and getting stuck between them. With a furious screeching and scraping, the Uranag tries to grind up the hammer, but it cannot. A tremor travels up the petals. There's a deafening, cracking sound, and the Uranag stills forever. After carefully extracting themselves from the clutches of the broken Uranag, The commander and his party find themselves up to their knees in ashy sludge once more. But this time, it only harmlessly squelches under their feet as they walk. A dark breach yawns before them, and the cry the commander heard at the entrance to the barrow rises up again. Help me. Since there is an entrance to the barrow rises up again, since there is no other route, the commander decides to see if there is anything of value in the Crusaders' bodies. The commander searches the Crusaders' bodies. What the dead no longer need may prove useful to the living. Fortune smiles on him. The party will be leaving the Uranag's cage richer than when it went in. After all its ordeals, the party finally goes up to the surface and emerges in a small chamber. Pipes protrude from numerous openings dotted all over the walls, and they connect to a small box adorned with Baphomet's symbol. The box cries out, producing high, plaintive noises that, when carried through the pipes, begin to sound something like, "Help me." The commander knows that this is just another demonic mechanism created to lure Crusaders into the barrow. He smashes the box, scattering small bolts and gears across the room. Silence rings. There are no secrets left in this place now. Close. All right. So I felt like I would need Nadio for all those skill checks, but turns out we did all right. And date. Fencer's Gift. These gloves grant the wearer a +3 damage bonus to the second weapon when wielding a two-handed weapon. If the wearer has the weapon training ability and is wielding a weapon it gives a bonus to, that bonus increases by +2. What are you wearing? Range attack rolls. Nope. This is better. Oh. Right now, okay. Why did that just disappear like that? Oh. Because it's not braces. It's gloves, not braces. God dug it. What in the hell? Why did it replace that? That was weird. Now that spot is empty. That's gloves. Okay, we're good. Save that. So we still need to search the rest of this though. So keep searching. Dun, 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 dun. And that's it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, the entire map searched. We are in a good spot now. Okay. Back to Drezen. Where's Drezen? There's Drezen. Let's do it. Ooh. Let's not get caught. I saw your grandmother before Deskari attacked the River City, but she didn't recognize me. I don't think she recognized anyone. That's because you didn't owe her any money. If you'd been in her debt, she'd remember you to the day she died. Come on. And yeah, I don't think there are any other quests that I was waiting on. I think this is truly it. So actually, let's go to the streets. We will... There were two people we need... Oh, we'll catch up with Seelah. Catch up with Sosiel. Sell off any of our extra gear. Rest. And then it's on to the Ivory Sanctum, y'all. Okay. Oh, no, 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 not this way. In fact, where are you, Seelah? Oh. And so Sosiel's over there. We could be reminded yet again that his freaking quest is still broken. All right. Seelah. There's Simba. Where's Seelah? Oh, here we go. How are you? Elon's wedding. Things didn't exactly go as planned. Oh, actually, I never had this conversation? Seelah, I found your friend Jana imprisoned by Vrox. I'll be damned. I wish I'd been there. And how is she? She was imprisoned after she ran from us at the Houndheart's camp. The Vrox wanted to perform a demonic ritual on her, but I arrived before they could. I wish I had realized earlier that she was such a coward. Not everyone belongs in a war against the demons. I should have talked to Erebeth and sent her somewhere far to the rear. So what happened? I saved her and let her go. Oh, thank you so much. Jana did a lot of stupid things, but killing her would be wrong. I hope she's in Drezen. I'll find and have a heart-to-heart with her. If she returned to Mivan, well, at least I won't have to worry about what happened to her. How are you? Elon's wedding. Things didn't exactly go as planned. What does it matter how I am? I can't stop thinking about everyone who suffered. Clever Seelah the Paladin, companion of the gods, chosen one. Didn't even notice a demon conspiracy right under her nose. I'm going to officially change my name to Seelah the Dimwit. That's how I introduce myself to everyone I meet, so that they know they can't count on me. Seelah chuckles grimly, then adds in a softer, more serious tone. If we're too late to save the souls of all these victims, I will never forgive myself. You know what else I keep thinking about? What happened to Curl? Did he really want to steal the ring? Did he just get what was coming to him? Or was it the fault of the demon who possessed his body? So many questions and so much grief. As if a whole whirlwind with 2 demon lords out there just waiting to hurt us wasn't enough. Thank you for speaking with me. Until next time. See you. We did that. All right, and so Sosiel's right over here. Let's talk to him.
No, backwards.
And need to talk to us. Oh, yeah, actually, there's 2 other guys we need to talk to over here as well. I forgot about that. Where are you? Here you are. Clam. Clam is holding a battered book with dozens of page markers sticking out from between his pages. Frowning, he underlines something on the current page and jots down a comment in the margins in small, neat script. Only then does he notice your approach, snapping the book closed. Greetings, Knight Commander. Tell me about yourself. I'm from Taldor. I began serving Nethys from a very young age. I swept the temple, dusted the books, and I studied. I dreamed of becoming a theurge, but for whatever reason, no matter how well I performed magic or how devoutly I prayed, I could never combine those 2 strengths. And then I came across Miamir's book about the application of magic and the struggle against the demons, and her words revealed a great secret to me, that faith is dead without deeds, that anyone who seeks knowledge for its own sake, or power, or glory, will not achieve anything unless they direct it toward a worthy purpose. I renounced Nethys and swore myself to Ayamadei. I crossed an entire continent to meet Lady Miamir and ask her to take me on as her student. And it was here in this accursed land, fighting against the forces of the abyss, that I finally realized the true purpose of magic and prayer. I became a theurge because I finally had a reason to become one. Tell me about your order. Our order devotes itself to mystical research and the pursuit of secret knowledge. We spend just as much time on spells as we do on prayers and weapon drills. At the end of the day, our enemy is not of this world, which means that to fight it, we need knowledge that is not of this world either. I can see that Miamir the scholar means a lot to you. She's my teacher, Clam responds simply. Without her, I wouldn't be who I am today. Is there any word on Miamir? How's her treatment going? The knight's lips curl into a smile. Yes, she's doing much better. Thank you for saving her, Commander. It was painful to think that my mentor was dead, but even worse to contemplate the possibility that one of the most brilliant minds of our generation was about to be snuffed out. But now there's hope that she will return to our ranks. I have to go. I am ever at your service.
Trail me.
Now you know your brother used to be a Hell Knight. What do you think about that? I've always despised those people and I always will, They are hardly to blame for my brother straying from the goddess's path. He only has himself to blame, it seems. I probably shouldn't have put Trevor on a pedestal the way I did. You see, I was quite fervent in my beliefs as a boy, and I thought the teachings of the goddess had already revealed to me all the truths I should know. Now I realize I didn't know a thing about the world around me or about myself. Perhaps this war will chew me up the same way it did Trevor, or perhaps his example will keep me from breaking. Thank you for talking to me. My pleasure. Right. All right. So this is just still broken.
What's in wait for me there?
Who else did I need to talk to? Let's check the journal real quick. Altarkal Storyteller. I already talked with Finian. Oh yeah, that dude's here too. Let's just make sure. Let's see if that quest actually didn't update properly. Seemed like it didn't. Right, so we have no new conversation options with him. This is the guy who gave us the quest where we went and saw that a bunch of his soldiers had been killed by a fire mage, but the quest doesn't must defeat the fearsome mage. But I already did. I already defeated him, but that doesn't count either. Fascinating. All right, something else for the main quest, for the main game. Interesting. And it's interesting that that falls under the 5th Crusade. So maybe the fact that I have the Crusade set to auto is part of the reason why it's not completing properly.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Let's. Oh, you know what? No. Actually, she's the vendor we need to talk to. Because we could take all her diamond dust and we're gonna buy some diamonds
Forwards?
too.
No, backwards.
Because where we're going, that kind of stuff kind of came off as scarce. So I don't know what that is. Flaming Dagger 1. I'm just checking this stuff, making sure we're not accidentally selling something and leaving something behind that we actually need. +4 to dexterity and constitution. Can you use that? Yep, you can. You've got +2 to dexterity and constitution. We'll give you this +4 to dexterity. What's this? The right arcane. Charisma +4. What do you have? What's this give you? You have charisma +4. What do you have? You have charisma +2. +4 helps you. Oh wait, but you are not damaging people through a spell. She is. What is this? Oh, it's just straight +4. Yeah, so this is better for you. And let's just make sure we're at 26 AC right now. Now we're at 28. Excellent. Okay, that's working properly. Hand of Devotion, nothing for me. Shapeshifter's Helm doesn't help me either. Amulet of Mighty Fist, we'll go with +3. And you, what do you have? Yours is +2. Here, take this +3. That does nothing. Oh, wait, you could use that. Take that, by all means. Channels energy to harm undead. We almost never do that. Book of Dreams, don't use that very often. And scroll all the way down the bottom. What's this? Has the fervor class. None of us do. We can sell that. Okay. Is there any news about the poor folk whose souls were stolen? No, but believe me, I'm not going to leave this alone. This is a serious crime. One that might happen right under my nose. I consider it a personal insult and I'm willing to help Elon and everyone involved. Every day I spend some time trying to find the stolen souls with prayers and divine magic. My search has brought no results yet, but as soon as it does, I will let you know. I use the help of a cleric. That's precisely why I'm here. Oh, yeah. Is that barding? No, that's just hide armor. What's this? Ring of Protection +3. That might actually be useful to me. I'll check it out. Forgot about that. I don't need Alchemist Fire, actually. Is there anything on the bottom? I could sell those freaking puzzle pieces. I can't use them. But we're going to keep them on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're just going to take a bunch of diamond dust. Because in this next section, I'm probably going to have Darren start using some of his abilities that use up a lot more diamond dust. So let's put ourselves in a good spot. All right, that's done. Now, sold that stuff. Let's see if we can get Storyteller's last item. I'm not sure if we have enough yet. Please examine the items I'm carrying. Broken gauntlets still can't be restored. Okay. Well, so much for that. There we go. And we'll go rest. No conversation. Ooh, what's this? Oh, this is more romance stuff. I told you, I'm not interested. I don't have time for this. There is no us. Oh, I hate to be cruel.
Drill me.
Well, my demon is not interested. We'll delve into all that in my Lich playthrough. All right. I think that's enough for one session. Next episode, we will go to the Ivory Sanctum. I hope to do the entire thing in one episode and at least start the very last mission of Act 3 so that hopefully in the episode after next, we can get into Act 4. It is still absolutely my intention to get you all the way through Act 4 before the full game release. Let's see if it's possible. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.